Good day. Welcome to Mayorkings TV News. I am Matsu Okpemitorishe and here are the headlines. PDP claims Tinubu's independence speech highlights APC's insensitivity to Nigerians. Federal government begins distribution of 2,000 CNG-powered tricycles. Oboiwori salutes citizens as he claims nation will surmount present challenges. IP-man seeks direct petrol supply. United Nations General Assembly creates economic minister, launches investment drive with destination 2030, secures $200 million funding. Former US President Jimmy Carter turns 100. This year, Arsenal will win Premier League title, soccer. Now the news in details. The People's Democratic Party has stated that President Bola Tinubu's 64th independence speech further underscored the All Progressive Congress' insensitivity towards Nigerians. In a statement on Tuesday, PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Olungunagba described the speech as a complete waste of time. Olungunagba noted that it failed to address or offer solutions to the numerous economic and insecurity challenges caused by the APC government affecting Nigerians. In a national broadcast for Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary on Tuesday morning, President Tinubu emphasized the need for reform to ensure progress and prosperity, warning against continuing business as usual, which could lead to collapse. He stated that his administration, upon assuming leadership 16 months ago, chose to reform political economy and defense architecture due to the critical situation the country is facing. In response, the PDP criticized the speech for failing to address the struggles of millions of Nigerians, highlighting concerns about emerging totalitarianism where a select few benefit from the suffering of the populace. Olungunagba stated that it was shocking that the president's speech allegedly downplayed the serious issues of widespread economic hardship, unemployment, extreme poverty and hunger in the country, concerns that prompted Nigerians to protest in August. The federal government, through the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative and the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, has unveiled the distribution of 2,000 CNG-powered tricycles to empower Nigerian youths. The unveiling held at the Old Parade Ground in Abuja on Tuesday was part of the activities to commemorate the 64th anniversary of Nigeria's independence. In his address, the project director of the Presidential Initiative on CNG, Michael Oluwagbemi, said the distribution of the tricycles marks the fulfillment of promises made by President Bola Tinubu to reduce the cost of transportation and enhance economic well-being, enhance the environment through the utilization of clean fuel, and create jobs for the youth population through the introduction of CNG. It disclosed that the CNG tricycles were assembled in Shagamu, adding that it was expected that the delivery of the tricycles would create employment both in operations, maintenance and deployment of the tricycles across Nigeria. The Minister for Youth Development, Dr. Jamila Bayo Ibrahim, noted that the tricycles will ease transportation challenges faced by the transporters and citizens, commending the Tinubu-led administration's commitment to improving the quality life of the youths. She also highlighted how the National Youth Investment Fund will serve as a financial backbone for the young investors to thrive in the transportation sector, even as the ministry hoped to collaborate with the PCNGI to reach its 2 million tricycles target. Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboiwori, has congratulated Nigerians on the country's 64th independence anniversary, but charged them to work in unity to surmount the economic security challenges facing the country. In a statement in Asaba by its chief press secretary, Sir Festus Ayon, Governor Oboiwori admonished Nigerians to work in unison, irrespective of political, religious, and ethnic diversities, to ensure the nation overcame its present challenges. Governor Oboiwori, who sent warm felicitations to President Bola Tinubu, Deltans, and other Nigerians on this year's independence anniversary, urged the citizens to support the government's efforts at salvaging the nation from insecurity and economic downturn. The governor, in his statement, said that on behalf of the government and people of Delta State, he further congratulated Nigerians as they celebrate the 64th anniversary of the country's independence. He said, as a country, we have been privileged to enjoy uninterrupted democracy since 1999, and it's imperative we continue to work hard in building on the gains of the last 25 years of unbroken democratic rule. He marked October 1st as a day to celebrate and pay tribute to the country's men and women who sacrificed so that we could celebrate such day, saying we should never forget the sacrifices of our eras past. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has urged the federal government to allow its members to source a direct supply of petroleum products to ease the pressure in the sector. The chairman of IPMAN Enugu Depot in charge of Anambra, Ebonyi, and Enugu states, Mr. Chinedu Ayanso, said this in his 2024 independence message on Tuesday in Awka, the Anambra state capital. Ayanso noted that sourcing and pricing of products were determined by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. Ayanso said the national leadership of IPMAN was already holding strategic talks with the management of Dangote Refinery to secure direct supply from the company. He said sourcing products directly from the company would reduce price. Ayanso said the national leadership of IPMAN was already holding strategic talks with the management of Dangote Refinery to secure direct supply from the company. He said sourcing products directly from the company would reduce price. Also, Ayanso said that IPMAN had visited the Port Harcourt refinery and could confirm that serious work was going on to bring the facility back to operation. He expressed optimism that lifting of products would commence there in no distant future. The IPMAN chairman urged Nigerians to have faith in the country, noting that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. He assured Nigerians that its members will continue to serve them to the best of their ability within the extant regulatory environment. Now on the business news. Nigeria's Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Anatu Musawa, secured a $200 million financing facility for the country's creative industry from the African Export-Import Bank, Afrexim Bank. During the United Nations General Assembly in New York, United States, Professor Benedict Orama, President and Chairman of Afrexim Bank, announced the facility during an event tagged Destination 2030. Nigerians everywhere, organized by the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. Orama, according to a statement by the media unit of the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, highlighted Afrexim Bank's commitment to Nigeria's creative industry, noting that the $200 million financing facility will support new initiatives of the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy. Meanwhile, the partnership with the Afrexim Bank is a crucial component of the Destination 2030 initiative, which is geared towards establishing Nigeria as a global soft power leader by 2030. It further marks a significant milestone in Nigeria's soft power strategy, part of the broader vision set by the government to expand the economy and elevate the nation's global presence through its cultural assets. However, President Bola Tinubu had set key performance indicators (KPIs) and deliverables for his vision, which includes positioning Nigeria as a top cultural influencer and improving the country's global brand perception. As of 2024, the ministry reported a 36% increase in Nigerians' cultural influence, alongside an 18% increase in the Brand Perception Index, reflecting the positive reception of Nigerians' cultural diplomacy efforts on the global stage. Now on the foreign news. Jimmy Carter celebrates his 100th birthday on Tuesday, making him the first US president to reach the milestone. Carter, a Democrat who served in the White House from 1977 to 1981, has spent the past 19 months in hospice care in his state home of Georgia. According to his grandson Jason, in September, he said that the former peanut farmer, who first entered politics in the 1960s as a state senator, is emotionally engaged and still having experiences of laughing and loving. Moreover, the humanitarian and Nobel Prize recipient said that the centenarian still has political ambition and is only trying to make it to vote for Kamala Harris in the November's election. Meanwhile, to honor the occasion, volunteers with Habitat for Humanity, the housing charity Carter has worked with for 40 years, are building 30 homes in Minnesota this week. Several events were organized in Plains, the former Georgia governor's hometown, to celebrate the occasion on Tuesday. The day began with a neutralization ceremony for 100 people from 30 separate countries who all became US citizens. However, the celebration came after a star-studded concert was held in Atlanta, Georgia, earlier last month to celebrate the 39th president's milestone birthday and to raise funds for the Carter Center. Now on the sports news. Arsenal forward Bukayo Saka says this is the year the Gunners will end their 21-year wait for a Premier League title. Mikel Arteta's side have finished second behind Manchester City for the past 2 seasons and have not lifted the trophy since Arsene Wenger's invisible sides of 2003 to 2004. They are currently third in the table, 11 on points with the second-place City and the points behind the leaders Liverpool after 6 games. Meanwhile, as well as finishing second in the Premier League, Saka was also part of the England team that lost back-to-back European Championship finals in the 2021 and 2024. The 23-year-old says that the disappointment is fueling his determination to win trophies this season, with results such as Tuesday's 2-0 Champions League win against Paris Saint-Germain prove they can compete with the best team. Now a recap on the headlines. PDP claims Tinubu's independence speech highlights APC's insensitivity to Nigerians. Federal government begins distribution of 2,000 CNG-powered tricycles. Oboiwori salutes citizens as he claims nation will surmount present challenges. IPMAN seeks direct petrol supply. United Nations General Assembly creates economic minister, launches investment drive with Destination 2030, secures $200 million funding. Former US President Jimmy Carter turns 100. This year, Arsenal will win Premier League title, Saka. That's the news as detailed by Timiala Manuela. I am Matu of Richard. Thanks for watching.